Good morning, library family. Back again. It's your boy Frank. All right, here for another video. Make sure we get the camera straight. All right. You guys doing well? Just came back from a little exercise routine, a little circle, about a 1 mile run, walk, back pedal, whatever I felt like doing. 1 mile or whatever I felt like doing. Got to make sure I stretch. Stretching is another thing we're going to hit on. That's a very important part of the video of exercise, something that I need to hit on. I haven't hit on. That's a good idea. So we're going to hit on stretching. Make sure you drink that water. Make sure you take care of yourself. Pay attention to the video. Just pay attention to everything around life, man. You just have to realize that everything correlates with one another. Once, you know, I'm a big believer in cause and effect. And I believe that, you know, what you do now is definitely going to affect the future, whether it be good or bad. So just, you know, taking a little bit of time to make sure you stretch and exercise will eventually benefit you in the future. It may not do it now, but when you're 70, 80 years old, you'll thank yourself at 30 years old for saying, yeah, I did a little something. All right, today we're going to talk about the exhaustion stages. All right, exhaustion, prolonged stress or stress that is intolerable and will produce exhaustion or de-stress to the system. All right, prolonged stress or intolerable amounts of stress can lead to exhaustion or distress. When a stressor is too much for any one of the physiological systems to handle, it causes a breakdown or injury such as stress fractures, muscle strains, joint pains, and emotional fatigue. All right, guys. So, some of you may or may not know, stress leads to many things, not only the 4 things listed here, okay? Many other things. Cancers, ulcers, all that can be tied and linked to stress. When your body is stressed, it's not going to be able to do what it's supposed to do, be nice and healthy and strong, recover from any injuries or stress like it's supposed to, because when you add extra stress, like not getting enough sleep, worrying about work, worried about things that you can't control, it adds stress to your body. It's definitely beneficial. It's definitely recommended by any doctor or any guru, anyone you meet, to take it slow. Life is not a race. Don't worry about what you can't control. Focus on you. Because if you try to worry about yourself and you try to worry about a million other things or somebody else, guess what? You're only adding stress. So, alright, in turn, many types of injuries can lead to the initiation of cumulative injury cycle. Okay? Avoiding the pitfall of exhaustion, of the exhaustion stage, is one of the main reasons for using, I'm not going to talk about that, of using a systematic progressive training program. Alright? So a systematic progressive training program could be anything that you implement for yourself. All right, something for you to eventually lead up to a goal that you want to be. If you want to lose weight, all right, so you want it to be systematic. You want to be progressive. All right, so you just don't want to start out and let's say you want to lose 50 pounds away. You just want to go out and start running 6 miles. Horrible idea. That's how you get the stress fractures. That's how you get the muscle strains, and that's how you just want to quit. Your body is in too much pain. You don't want to do it again. Okay, simple as that. So the best way to go, the best way to alleviate that is just to take it slow. Start out walking. Start out doing a few push-ups, a few squats. Start out just doing simple things. And each day, day by day, you work yourself up to where you want to be. Your goal in life, all right? Or your goal for the moment, in this moment in life. All right, mosquitoes biting on here. You want to put on bug spray. They don't care about the bug spray. They said, I don't care about none of that. I'm about to eat anyway. All right. Resistance training, as well as other forms of training, must be cycled through different stages that increase stress placed on the human movement system, but also for efficient rest and recuperation periods. What does that mean? Exactly what I just explained to you. Okay? When you want to do resistance training, which is added weights, anything added on top of what you're doing for resistance to make your training increase the difficulty of the training that you're currently doing. Okay? So that should be gradually increased. If you're running with a, little 1 pound weight in your hand, that's where you should start. And eventually make it up to 5 pound weights in your hand, you'll be able to run with it. I'm not recommending that you run for a long period of time with an extra 10 pounds in each hand, but if that's what you're doing, take it nice and slow, gradual, because let's not forget that extra weight is on the knees, on the ankles, on the joints. So let's make sure that we take care of those things, because when we're 80, 90, 70, 50, we're going to need these ankles and joints that we're using and abusing. All right? The term used to describe this approach, in which a training program is divided into smaller progressive stages, is called periodization. So periodization, look it up if you don't know what it is, and I can explain to you here. Division of training program into smaller progressive stages. So that's the word you're looking for. Periodization. You want to break down your training, any training you're trying to do, anything in life, you can break it down into smaller stages. All right? You want to start a business, break it down into smaller stages until you get to the goal. Periodization, anything you do with exercise and weight training and this physical health, you can apply it to your life. All right. In the above example, if the resistance training is continually increased with the intention of stressing specific muscles or muscle groups to produce an increase in size or strength, it can lead to injury of the muscle, joint, or connective tissue. I forgot about the connective tissues. A very fragile part of our muscular system. These tissues, when torn or ripped or tweaked, take a very long time to repair, no matter what age you are. And the older you get, the longer it takes to repair. Now the joints and the muscles, they can repair, at a faster rate. But once you tweak the tissues, the small tissues and fibers that hold your joints and your muscles together, first of all, they hurt and they take a very, extremely long time to recover. Okay? Up to a year or half a year. Between half a year and up to a year, or sometimes maybe longer, depends on the person. All right? All right. Especially if resistance is added too quickly, or inadequate rest and recovery periods are not planned. All right. Training-related injuries occur more often to connective tissues, such as ligaments and tendons, as we see with sports professionals, especially football and basketball players, torn Achilles, ACLs, MCLs, rotator cuffs, all types of stuff for baseball. That disease with that injury with the muscles eventually wear down in the shoulders. I forgot what it's called, Tommy John or something like that. I don't remember. I could be wrong. But sports players, you see it in them, especially, and it comes for them professional sports players. It comes from a long span of playing sports, from being children. They've been playing soccer, football, baseball, basketball. And imagine, okay, you wearing down, even though you're young, you wearing down those muscles, those tendons, and those ligaments for 20, 30 years of using these. Eventually, as an adult, when you get 20, 30 years old, of course you're going to get an injury, especially if you're not taking care of your body, having the ample amount of rest. Um, Basketball, they definitely started to adapt a system where they rested the players. Some people, they try to call it soft, and they try to frown upon that type of activity and that type of lifestyle in the professional sports world. But in reality, after sports is done, and maybe an injury might injure your sports career, after sports is finished, you still have to live a life. So therefore, it's definitely in best practice for them to practice recovery. They should use the sciences and the information that we have to take care of these players. They're already making millions of dollars. I could use $1 million to go sit on the bench. In that fact, that could have been me, but that's a whole different story. Let's finish up here. All right. Training related injuries occur more often to connective tissue such as ligaments than muscle because connective tissues lack blood supply. Hear that? These connective tissues are connected to anything else. These are just stretchy, elastic type material that hold your ligaments, your joints together, and they have no blood flow. So when they get repaired, it's by other cells. Okay? They can't use the blood, our lifeblood, to repair. So therefore, that's why it takes a long time. That's why injuries occur more often. Alright? Different tissues in the body, muscle fibers versus connective tissue, each have their own adaptive and potential to stress. Alright? Thus, training programs should provide a variety of intensities and stresses to optimize the adaptation, right, of each tissue to ensure the best possible result. Okay? Adaptation can be more specifically applied to certain aspects of the human movement system depending on the training techniques used, which is basis of principle and specificity. All right? So, as important as it is to exercise your body, it is equally important to have a systematic plan in place for recovery and to de-stress your body for the next segment of your exercise routine or regimen and to reach that goal, because injuries are only a setback when you're trying to do this type of thing. All right, which is very important. It should definitely be practiced and preached. It's something that we learn in school. We do like an hour of gym class, but after a while you don't have to do gym. It's not something that's even emphasized or even harped upon. I think in schools, if they want to improve the schools, but you have a lot of improvement to do, you have a lot of work to do. You want to improve the schools, you definitely need to work on fitness education, learning about your body, the importance of learning about your body, and learning what you can eat, what you can't. Certain foods that, because each individual is different, certain foods that make you gain weight faster than another food normally would, or knowing the right amount of exercise you need, because everyone has a different level of metabolism, a different type of metabolism. If you don't know what metabolism is how fast your body burns calories and fat and all that stuff. So everyone has like my brother. He's a taller, lanky guy, and his metabolism is super high. So he can eat a whole bunch of junk food and he'll be fine. But that's just him. And there's other people out there like that. But for others that are not like that, who don't have an athletic body type or a slender body type, and they tend to gain more weight when they eat food, you definitely need to know yourself and know your body, and make sure you just try to not to indulge in certain type of foods. Try not to overeat. Make sure you drink water. And just get a little bit of exercise. All right. Same thing I've been preaching about for weeks. I'm probably gonna keep preaching until we just understand the education of fitness. It's not that difficult. You don't have to go work out and exercise every day, but 3-4 times a week, depending on your level of conditioning, depending on what goal you're trying to reach in life. And another key is to stay positive. Remain positive mentally, as we see, the mental and the physical are also connected. So make sure you keep those at tip-top shape. Make sure you try to remain as positive as possible and enjoy life. And we out.